Hi everyone, we have an update for you today. It's been quite a few weeks. We're actually back home for a short time. We'll probably be moving in hopefully about a month or so. But we wanted to catch you up on this because we did promise that we would do an update. So this video has to do with our SCR repair and Cummins and trying to get them to do what is right.
Right, so this is gonna be a follow-up video to another video we did. We'll link it up above. If you didn't watch that video, we do encourage you to subscribe, make sure notification bell's on. That when we release videos like this, and this is really important information, you're gonna get notified. Just to sum up that video, we did have an issue with the SCR on our 2015 Dutch Star. This was a very common known issue. Cummins issued a voluntary recall on about 500,000 units. We're going to tell you a little bit more about that particular recall as well as what we had to do to have our issue resolved. If you have not heard about this before, well, you're at the good place. There is a known issue with the SCRs of Cummins, motorhomes, trucks. There was a voluntary recall CR2113, and that does cover years 2010 through 2015, Cummins Freightliner chassis. And the issue is that the SCRs, and SCR stands for Selective Catalyst Reduction System, it's part of the emissions. The SCRs will fail prematurely. Now these SCRs should have a service life of about 500,000 miles, but in many cases they're failing much earlier. In our case, it began to fail around 28,000 miles. With a full failure around 45,000 miles.
So we did get it repaired. It's a very costly repair, as we discussed in that video, but it's a necessary repair because your motorhome will stop working. Your engine will derate. You'll be left on the side of the road eventually. It's a slow process.
It is a slow process.
But it will happen. Luckily, we didn't get right to the edge. We were almost there, but we were able to get it fixed in time.
Now, the voluntary recall was issued between 2022 and 2024. Cummins did volunteer to recall 500,000 units. Now the issue is not all of those units were recalled. A lot of motorhomes are used, they've changed different hands. And prior to and after the dates 2022 through 2024, there was no way of knowing this. So if you call Cummins or Freightliner or a dealership, even try to find out if this recall ever existed currently, you will not. And there's been a lot of people that reached out to us that didn't know that a lot of their problems were caused because of this faulty SCR.
And we could have gone quiet and just gone on our merry little way and just said nothing. We find it critical to use this channel to help people, and the amount of people that reached out to us after this video is astounding, the number of people. And that's why we're doing this, because our portion is kind of completed here and we're going to get into that. But the amount of people that reached out that were either had a motorhome that was failing or were looking to purchase a motorhome and they wanted to make sure this wasn't on the list, we were able to help these people.
Now we do encourage you to watch that other video. Again, we'll link it up above because it kind of gives more of the backstory, and this video will be too long getting into it. But we were in conversations with Cummins regarding this issue. Now, when you initially call Cummins, you're sent overseas, and like I told you, we said earlier, there's not going to be a recall. You need an engine serial number or ESN as well as a VIN, vehicle identification number. But when you speak to them, they're not going to know anything. So I will tell you this, you need to ask to have it escalated because you're at the first, and they will just blow you off.
First line of defense.
So we did have the escalation, we got conversations, we got the highest we got to is the senior customer escalation specialist named Amber Madison. We had multiple conversations. This was the last email we received on May 8th, 2026. Today is June 14th, 2026.
All right, the reading glasses are on. So this was from May 8th. Amber had reached back out to us. Dear MJ and Izzy, thank you for your patience while we completed a thorough review of your request in collaboration with the appropriate stakeholders. After careful consideration, we regret to inform you that our final determination is that no financial assistance can be provided at this time. This decision is based on the unit being well beyond the applicable support range. While we understand this may not be the outcome you were hoping for, we remain committed to supporting you moving forward. Should you require technical assistance in the future, our teams at Cummins sales and service locations or authorized certified dealers will be available to assist you. Sincerely, Amber Madison.
Now, this is kind of what we expected. We were just trying to see what we could recover. We didn't expect to recover anything. Again, they had a 2-year window for a problem is a very serious problem. This is our opinion. This is our opinion.
Serious and extensive. Again,
Extensive.
500,000 units were affected.
Now, again, we say this is our opinion. If a company like Cummins, an American company, that's a multi-billion-dollar company, they really want to do the right thing, they would recall all these without a time limit. Our opinion is this is the maximum way. They had to do something, and they did this to save the most amount of money. Our opinion, guys, our opinion. We want your feedback in the comments below. What's also interesting is, we did a lot of research on this. During the time of this recall, there was a ReCore SCR available through Cummins. Now, basically, they take the old SCR and they put the internals of it that fail, they make them new. The ReCore is a lot less expensive than what's only available after the expiration of that recall. So we were about $11,000 all said and done.
Right, so guess what's not available anymore?
ReCore is not available, Lenny. So they're not honoring the parts that should be lasting about 500,000 miles and are failing early. And then the only part you can get to replace it is more expensive, and it's not even an option for a ReCore.
Right.
So, I mean, that's...
And you think about if you've been following our journey for the last year, months, that we've been experiencing this, but we didn't know that was the issue. How many issues we were having, and people were saying, oh, you got a lemon. It was not a lemon. Since this has happened,
we've had no issues.
It's been perfect. So the problem is that we spent not only $11,000 to get the SCR repaired, but an exorbitant amount of money in attempts to try to figure out what was going on, but we didn't even know about the recall. So we had knock sensors replaced. We got def head simulators. We did all these different things. So the amount of money that people are having to spend in order to find out what this actual problem is a lot of money. And
again, if I had called Cummins when this was going on, because we were suspicious of this, and they told us, no, there's no open recall. Like, basically doesn't exist. So what happens is that you wind up spending, because no, there's no recall. Our opinion, it shouldn't be that way. Yes, there was a recall that expired. We're not honoring, whatever.
Right.
But the fact that it's almost hidden, it's scrubbed.
And then you spend tons of money trying to figure out what's going on.
A lot of people say, well, your dealer should have known. No, there's no way the dealer would have known, because we bought our motorhome in 2025. Once it's expired in 24, you can't find it. Now, we were able to find it through more investigation, and we do have a spreadsheet for those years that we told you about. And we encourage you, if you are buying a motorhome or you have a motorhome that's displaying these error codes, and we'll tell you about it, email us. We will share that with you. We're going to share some of the emails that people sent us from the last video. So here are the error codes that we were getting, and it's progressive. So the first one we got, and it would go on, it would go off, because what's happening is that the computer system on the motorhome, it's doing tests in the background. And if the SCR is not working correctly, at one point you'll get an error code, specifically SPN 4364, that's SCR efficiency low. But then say it runs a test again, because it's just starting to fail, and the light will go away. And you might get it every 3 months, every 6 months, really depends how much you drive and when it's seeing that problem.
And I think that's why ours progressed so quickly, because we were putting thousands and thousands of miles. Over the last 6-8 months, we put a ridiculous amount, over 22,000 miles in the last year.
Yeah,
right?
Well, excess of that. Right.
Yeah.
Another code you're gonna get, and again, it's progressive. So first we were getting the SPN 4364. Then we started getting, in addition to that, SPN 4094. That's a DEF dosing unit, DEF system performance, often associated with low quality, DEF quality. Now, this is often a mistake for DEF head simulator. Yep. Which we wound up getting a DEF head simulator, and we put in, but these codes weren't going away. And then finally, we got the Christmas tree, right? Like when it's in full failure, you get the 2 I just read, and then you get a bonus. The bonus is the SPN 1569, and that's telling you that your engine's gonna derate. And if you don't know what that is, basically it progressively brings you down to 5 miles an hour and it's unusable. And we literally limped to Cummins, and if we had gone further, we probably would have been on the side of the road. We didn't have much time left. I had said we're either gonna get there or we're gonna get towed there. Right. That's the only solution here. So we got many many responses, Instagram messages, Facebook messages, emails. We're just going to read you a few of them because this video will be 2 hours long. But this is why we're doing this, and we want you to share this out because this is our opinion. People need to know about this.
Yes. So this came from a viewer, and she said, a friend sent us your video on the failed SCR. He sent this to us because we recently had to cancel a meetup with them due to the same problem on our 2014 Tiffin Phaeton. We are second owners of the rig. On our way to the meetup, our dashboard lit up with low def and poor def quality messages. It was Saturday morning of Easter weekend, so we found a campground and parked the rig until Monday morning. We called the nearest service location, Ocala Freightliner, and they told us to come on in. Thankfully, we made it there without going into limp mode. We left our home with them and waited on a callback. To make a long story a bit shorter, after continued updates and final repairs, on Friday afternoon, we paid the bill and picked up the rig. They had replaced the SCR to the tune of approximately $10,600. The shop told us about the recall, but when we asked if we were part of the recall, it couldn't be confirmed by Ocala Freightliner.
So it can because it doesn't exist anymore.
They did tell us we weren't currently under any active recalls. We left Central Florida and drove to far northwest Alabama and then on to Central Oklahoma without any further issues, so we're hopeful this has fixed the problems that have plagued us as different shops piecemealed fixes of replacements over the last 24 months. It's literally exactly our story.
And that's the rough part is that it's only as good as the text. That's why we finally just went to Cummins because Freightliner couldn't figure it out.
A bunch
private
of
mechanics, they're just throwing stuff at it.
Right.
And Cummins knew because this is a pretty regular thing that happens.
In the downtime while staying 4 hotel nights waiting on repairs, again, more money to be spent, to be completed, we learned about the SCR recall, but the Freightliner shop couldn't see if our particular VIN was included in the recall. If possible, would you provide us access to the list so we can check to see if we were part of the recall? So we sent it. And then she responded, thank you for sending this. Our engine is on the list. Sure wish we'd known about the recall within the timeline.
Wouldn't that have been nice?
Right. On the plus side, we have records now to show it's been replaced in case they decide to sell in the future. Thank you for sharing. Please keep us informed if you find any further information on this. So that was one. It was when we read that, we said, my gosh, this is exactly what we were going through for this extended period of time where things just kept failing and failing. I mean, no answers, like this phantom problem that nobody could remedy. Next one, somebody emailed us and said, I contacted Cummins and Tiffin today, and they both said there was no SCR recall on the following 2014
We're not lying.
Tiffin Phaeton 42LH that I'm in the process of buying. So this viewer was ready to purchase a motorhome. If you have any information for this unit, I'd be very grateful and become a permanent subscriber. Thanks, Joe. So he gave us his VIN and we said they will have no record because the record has most likely been purged. So we looked up his information and we responded, it looks like your number is on the list. We said, that's your decision if you want to purchase this motorhome, but that's
it's important. You could either purchase it, right,
and fix it,
or you can say, "Hey, listen, we have evidence, and we want a $10,000 to $15,000 credit on this because it's going to fail. It's not if, it's going to fail.
It's when
early."
Right. And then one last one came from another viewer and said, "Hi, MJ and Izzy. I just commented on your video regarding the Cummins issue. We have a 2015 Tiffin that has had its engine light on for most of the last year. You said you could share the list from Cummins. We've been so stressed since buying our rig. We love it, but wish we weren't going through this. If you would be so kind to share the list, or if you prefer, I can give you my rig info and have you look it up to see if we're on the list. Thank you so much. We need more people like you on YouTube. That's very sweet." So we just sent him the list. We actually didn't hear back from him. Hopefully it wasn't, but that's just 3 of many messages.
We had one guy reached out to us on Instagram, same rig. We had, I think, the same color, same exact problem. So why is this important? Why are we bringing this to you? Really twofold. Know what you're dealing with, right? You know what Cummins did, and that's your decision whether you want to patron them or not. I know we're looking, if we ever get a Super C in the future and we have an option of not getting a Cummins engine, we probably will not get a Cummins engine. That's just our opinion, but that's why we're putting this out there.
And I know people are probably thinking, well, the recall's not active anymore. What do you expect? Because we got comments like that last time. And look, when we were looking for anything they could do, an act of goodwill, right? Do something that we were coming to you saying, this has affected our life for the last year. Anything. They wouldn't budge on anything. Unfortunately, we were able to get, and our last email just went unanswered. So, and
again, that's our opinion is that if they were going to do the right thing, you acknowledged there was a problem. You did a two-year recall. Our opinion to minimize the impact. The right thing would have been you do a recall. And if it's 500,000 units, then it's 500,000 units. That is the right thing to do. We want your feedback down below. We don't really have any legal thing to stand on, and that's fine. It is what we paid it, and it is what it is. But we do have this platform to share with people, and that's why we're doing it.
And if we can help you from making a purchase that could wind you in the spot that we were in, we would definitely want to help.
So please feel free to email us. We do have that list. We will share it with you. Again, it's only going to cover the 2010 through 15. Just be aware that's chassis. So you can have a 2016 motorhome, but the chassis is from 2015. Ours is 15, our chassis is from 14. So just be very aware of that. Feedback down below. What do you think? Are we in the wrong? Did Cummins do the right thing? Should they be doing better as a multi-billion-dollar American company? We think they should have done better, but we want your feedback. If you like videos like this to the left of us, we'll put our RV news playlist. We'll also put our RV DIY playlist. We thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.